Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my Fossils and Archaeology survival videos. Today we are going to be tackling one of the world's most beloved dinosaurs, the Spinosaurus. So as I mentioned in an earlier video, this is the area that I picked out. Our main base is right over here. So it's a little further away, but I just thought that this bay area would just be absolutely perfect. And my idea, at least so far, is to have this whole area be the enclosure. Maybe a bit further, maybe a bit less. It depends on how much work it's going to be. Yeah, so far I am thinking... Shocker, right? You're not going to expect this one. Cliff. Right there, right? Cliff. And then some kind of... a little valley type thing where you can smoothly walk down and have there be a big gate or something that any workers can go in and out of, and then a little bit more cliff, and then maybe to close it off have the cliff go towards the water or something, maybe like on this part just extend the high part of the wall and then close it off with a fence over the water that goes to like there, right? That seems like ample space for them. Because I'm planning to do at least 2 in here. And I want to make it swampy, like swampy marshes. Because this is 1.18, we sadly don't have the mangrove forest yet. Because having this area be a mangrove forest would just be absolutely perfect. But we will have to make do otherwise with other things. So I probably have to collect a whole bunch more lily pads and probably make some custom trees of some kinds. Like something that looks like a mangrove. There's the base, by the way. Or like that general direction. There's plenty of things I can do here, so let's get started. First things first is obviously land clearing. Getting all of these trees out of here. Because any tree I will place down, I will have to place down by hand. So now this should give us a bit of a better look at what we're working with. I think this area is more than plenty for what we need. But I'm thinking not only will it be mangrove, but also partly beach, palmy beach. So maybe we can gather some sand from over there and put it here and make a nice beach out of some palm trees and whatever. Maybe that'll add some nice contrast to the whole thing. And maybe later on we can extend the beach the whole way around and make some beach exhibits for some other creatures. There's lots of ideas floating around in my head. And now the part that'll probably take the longest, or one of the longest of all, is the terraforming. And a lot of stuff needs to go. Oh boy, here I go being ambitious again. So it's gonna go all the way around there. It's all gonna be cliff, and then this is gonna be a little part of the cliff that juts out a little. And then the fence will connect to like here, and then maybe curve this way over the water to the other side. What am I getting myself into? As you might be able to tell, progress has been made. Quite a bit, actually. The outline of what I want to do for the cliff wall is pretty much done. I'm thinking of adding a few more like heightened versions of this, like along there, to add some variety to it. Maybe make it higher here and a bit lower there. Yeah, I'm thinking, because the sun usually comes up over there, to make this the beach, so it'll be in the sun for the longest, and then this whole area being like some kind of a swamp, maybe like a mangrovey swamp, you know? And then over here, I'm still gonna widen this out and smoothen it and whatever. This is gonna be how you access the enclosure. It's gonna be like a little ravine type deal where you walk down a slope and then a big fence gate thing, maybe like a garage door. Well, no, those don't go diagonal, but something. Yeah. The door closes off the enclosure. And then they will have all of the space to themselves, and then a nice fence closing that off. I think this is a very nice big area for a very big carnivore. I'll make the water a bit deeper, I think, so they can properly swim. And maybe I can do something with like a supply of fish, so they can fish a lot. Or maybe fish will just spawn on their own in the water, like squid or salmon, I don't know. And we're right here on the plains border. So technically it could, as far as I'm aware, it could snow here in the winter. Because right now it is, what is it? Calendar. Calendar. Okay, sure. It is spring now. Then it'll be summer. Cool. Yeah, so in the winter it might look a bit weird if it's snowy right there, but maybe we can do something to cover that off. But so far so good. I like the size, and I have had to put an endless amount of time in this yet. So here's hoping it stays that way and everything goes smoothly. Otherwise this video could take a while maybe. I am so good at, you know, making enclosures that are way, way too big. But I gotta say, it's starting to look pretty decent. I mean, I have the vision in front of me, so I can imagine what it'll look like. I hope that so far it doesn't look too bad to you guys. But surely you can slightly see the vision, right? Like a big nice cliff there, and then cool mangrove trees or whatever that I have to design myself because we don't have mangrove trees in 1.18. Yeah, and I don't know what I'm gonna do about the water. Do I make it deeper? Because like, I don't know. I feel like it should be deeper on one hand, but on the other hand, maybe it's cool to like see it walk through the water and like have it stick out instead of being fully submerged. So maybe you have like a shallow water section and then a deeper in the middle or something. Also, I wanted to try something out, which I might do for this enclosure, but we'll totally do for a later on T-Rex enclosure. That's coming sometime. And that is a new way to feed the creature. And by that I mean, because they are carnivores, of course. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is a carnivore and a fish eater and not purely a fish eater. I was thinking maybe I could make some kind of way to automatically, or maybe semi-automatically with some input from myself, have it dispense goats into this enclosure. And if not goats, maybe sheep, because goats can jump really high and maybe they can just escape and then I'll have goats all over the place. But I was thinking something like that, and then have somewhere outside of the enclosure have like a little farm with some kind of animal that we're gonna feed the Spinosaurus. And then whenever you breed the animal, the baby falls out. And then as soon as they grow up or something, they get slime block launched into the enclosure. And then they can like hunt on their own, you know? Something like that. I think that would be cool. I will definitely do that for the T-Rex enclosure. And maybe then I'll use goats because the fences will have to be high, you know, like top level security. I gotta look up how high goats jump, because then I can make sure they don't escape. Yeah, so many ideas, so many ideas. I gotta get rid of this little edge right there, Then I think I can get ready to lay in the dirt work, which I have 43,000 of. That's crazy. Let me actually check my statistics of items. Times broken or times mined. Wow. I have, yeah. No, that's a lot of materials. I feel like by the end of this series, whenever that's gonna be, those numbers are gonna be in the millions easily. So, yeah, designing this place is gonna take a while, and then actually getting it done is gonna take even longer. But as long as you guys are enjoying the process, then I don't mind spending hours on this type of stuff. I've been getting some really nice comments, by the way, like people telling me how much they like the series and that they enjoy seeing me build stuff and talk and whatever. And that really makes all of this worth it. We also hit 500 subscribers, which is really nice. And my videos have been doing really well. I've been walking around this enclosure for a little while, trying to see how the little guy is doing. And then I noticed I couldn't find him. Isn't that strange? Did he escape? No, it appears while I was away, he drowned. If these guys keep drowning, I just made another one to be like, hey, you have a little friend now you're not alone. And I come in here, he's gone. He drowned. So I'm wondering if it's the slabs still. If he like went to sleep here and then drowned like that. Or if he went in here and then, I don't know, drowned like this. So I guess I will get rid of all the slabs. Also, while I'm here, I got the suggestion to use glowberries here instead of the lantern. And I think that's a good idea, however, I don't have any. So as soon as I find any later on, I'll try to keep that in mind that I'll replace that. But for now, this will have to do. Yeah. Are you happy? Are you happy, little guy? Dinopedia, are you happy? No, it's not there, it's in here. How are you doing? Warm, 33%. It's gonna take a second. And there he is. The little guy. And I think he's right at home. Playing with the balls. I also changed this around because for some reason... Oh, he fell asleep. For some reason, the other guy, when the thing was in here, originally, the feeder, he would just like kind of run in circles in front of it. So I think he wasn't able to reach it. So now hopefully this is more than enough space for it to get there. And this chest is for me being able to quickly dump a whole lot of eggs in there so it slowly fills up. And it's not too visible like that. So I think it's fine. But now I would like to show you the progress on the Spinosaurus enclosure, which you will have seen in the time lapse, but you know, this is me talking about it. I wish it would stop raining, but this is where we're at right now. Oh, whoa. Least laggy Minecraft experience. We have the it's all still subject to change. It's gonna get covered up and made pretty again. But yeah, we have the general layout is, you know, laid out. I added some platforms and levels, and back here I made this little arch thingamajig and added some rocks and boulders. And then here's the swampy area where I will be placing many trees, which will take so much time. So I don't know if I will finish the whole thing this episode. If I don't, I'll let you know. However, yeah, this is just how far we're at. So, and I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I don't know about this though, this thing. Maybe I'll get rid of this sand and just have it like that, just a little bank of grass with some funny looking plants or whatever. And, oh, we have a salesman. Maybe I'll buy some sea pickles. No, not sea pickles, emeralds. Don't run away. Sea pickles. What else do you have? Hey, that's me. Green dye, orange tulip. Nah, I don't need any of those. After so much building, this is where we're at. We have a nice rock wall. This needs some decoration still, but I think I'm just gonna give it the right-click bone meal treatment. Nice rock wall going all the way around. Then we have the beach. It's still lacking trees and other general foliage, but this is the beach. I added in these like little puddles that like create after the water recedes a little. So I thought that might add some nice, add a nice touch. I don't know. I added a little ring of dirt around the edge because that's something that happens. Then below here we have the archway, which might be a little too small for the creatures, but I don't expect them to go back here anyway. So as far as I'm aware, this place, or like the wall, can't be jumped out of. I'm pretty sure that there's no way for them to jump around corners that big or whatever. At least I'm hoping. Earlier on I mentioned like a mangrove forest of some kind. I still am going to do trees, but maybe not as many as before, as I had planned before. Because this whole thing is just way bigger than it ever should have been. So now I think I need to add like at least 4 Spinosaurus or 3 to make it even, you know, make sense for it to be this big. Because if you add 1, then it's just very large for very little creature, you know. But looking at the map, it does look really cool. And I think, well, I don't have to think, it's even bigger than my biggest before, and I just keep pushing the boundaries, and I am going to try to not do that so much, because I would rather have more video content out than taking forever on one thing that's just way too big, you know? Next thing I need to do before technically I'm able to get the creature in here is close that off and close this off with a fence. But this part, I also think this turned out quite nice. It's like a dirt path down the valley, or whatever this is, crevasse, I don't know. So maybe like a gate here of some kind. And then for the fence, I think I'm gonna go for a concrete wall, just at the going up to the top of the water, and then above that having some sort of a iron thing. Yeah, I think that would work nicely. Let me go do that now. By the way, you might have noticed that I replaced the chains on these fences. And you might be thinking, well, didn't you complain a lot about those? So why are you replacing them and adding so many? I am actually using chunk loaders now. So this whole area is constantly loaded. And the reason those chains were disappearing is because a chunk border would go right through the middle. And if I'm far away, then maybe this chunk would be loaded, but not this one. And then one of the sides of the chain would be unloaded, and sometimes that would cause the chain to pop right off. And that's how you would slowly lose chains. So now, hopefully that won't be a problem anymore, and I can use as many chains as I want. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we are finished. Let me give you a quick little tour around the place. This is... I've kind of divided it up into 3 separate, like, biomes, you know? This is the palm beach. These are the palm trees that I've designed. They're kind of similar to the basic fossils and archaeology ones, but the difference is that I put these fossils and archaeology pots right there as like coconuts, and these Macaw's curtains as like palm fronds is what you call them. I don't know, palm leaves. And I also have these zamites all over the place, and some brown balls to act as coconuts. Some dead bushes around the place. I told you about this already. The water. There's some plants right there. Oh, and it's getting dark. So yeah, that's the Palm Beach area. It gets the most amount of sunlight because the sun instantly shines here when it comes up, and I think that looks really nice. Nice glow to it. And then we have the regular plainsy cliffy biome with some horsetails around the place because, I don't know, I just felt like putting them there. Then back here we have an escape route and a little arch that I might have to widen, but I don't think I'll do that now. Then we have some boulders and a feeder. There's another feeder right there, behind the, you can see right there, behind the palm tree. And we have boulder 1 and boulder 2. This one has some grass on top. And then we move on to my favorite part of the enclosure, the mangrove swamp, the marshland. Making all of these trees took a pretty long time. Getting all of this podzol in here and putting down the grass by hand because you can't bone meal podzol. Then there's some sugar reeds all over the place and these dipteruses and whatever these are called. Large bananatils. I don't know. Lily pads which I had to go gather. Yeah, these mangroves are really nice. They sprout out into like 4 main trunks. And then have some fences as like separate little side things. And I think these turned out really well. Little aerial view. If that doesn't look swampy, I don't know what does. And for the entrance to the place, we have this interesting looking fence. I don't know if I like it, but it'll have to do for now. And this is how you enter the place. The path isn't connected to the main area yet, but that'll come later. Yeah, this is how it looks when you enter. You look over the marshlands into the beach area. And then you walk down through the door. And this is where you end up. Yeah, to say I'm proud of this place would be an understatement. But this did take forever to make. Now, lastly, the most important bit. Torch. Spino 1, Spino 2, Spino 3. And here we go. 96, 97, 98. What do you guys look like? That is one of the dinosaurs of all time, I gotta say. Without their sails, they look so silly. They're looking for the feeder, right? I'm pretty sure they're going past the rock and then... Yeah. Look at you guys. Male. Female. Wait, which one? Female. Female. Male. So we have 2 females and 1 male. Look at these little guys and girls. Guy and girls. Oh, I just know these are gonna look so cool when they grow up. Look at them go. So there's one now. I hope for the love of God that these guys do not drown. If these guys drown, I will be beyond upset. Beyond upset. Okay, the one is over there. Because technically at this point they're small enough to technically get stuck underneath a lily pad. So where are you guys? There's one. Okay, there's 2 over here and then the other one's right over there. But oh man, this took forever to finish. Like you were probably able to tell, this place is just insane. So therefore I think I will leave it here for today. If you want to see more of these little fellas, be sure to subscribe and you'll be able to see them grow big and strong. Like the video if you enjoyed it, of course. Or don't, you don't have to. But it would make my day. And leave a comment if you have anything to say. Maybe a name suggestion for these guys or anything suggestion. Or just anything, you know. That's what the comments are for. If you hate me, let me know. Actually, don't. Thank you. That's gotta do it for today. So, yeah. I will see you all next time.